still on there.
You want us to say it? Alright, we are live today from International Speedway here for the Veedverks Outlaw Cup Series Shootout. 40 laps around this 2.5 mile super speedway. We're going to get you to the starting lineup. On the front row, we have a 78 car of Scooter starting on pole. Outside front row, you got the 3 of Riot.
Nothing fucking new.
Alright, inside row 2, you've got Trans in the number 12. Outside row 2, you've got the Lowe's 48 car of Jay Wood. Starting inside row 3, that looks to be Corey, and the number 22 Shell comes off wood. Outside row 3, you've got Tracker in the number 9, Mountain Dew Baja Blast Camaro. In the next row behind him, you've got a car number here for the driver. Stay High in the 18, M&M's Caramel Toyota Camry. Outside of him, you'll have Party People in the number 1 McDonald's Camaro for Chip and Acid. And rounding out the final row, we have the number 21 of Ernie and the number 24 of, we got Jay Wood. Oh, sorry about that. Motorsports is in the 48. It's a very good looking car. It's very nostalgic to see that car back on the front. Getting green this time. Up to the gears, we are green from Daytona. Momentum all still seems to be with Spooty. Still 2 distinct lanes, outside lane being led by that 3 car. Scooby now jumps up the block. Looks like Scooby's content to ride. Jump to the inside by Riot. Oh, we've got trouble in the back. The 1 car of Party People, 24 Jay Wood. Hard impact for both drivers. Still waiting on a call. Caution on the speedway. So, IROC, as drivers ourselves, a lot of times we like to say we would be content to ride. This is a very short race tonight, only 40 laps. What do you think the mindset of some of these drivers are going to be with so few laps on the board? We talked about teammates, and you got to look at the 3 car and think he is out of place here. He has got no RCR cars to help him here tonight. Matter of fact, we are in the booth tonight calling this race. So, Hendrick obviously has the numbers. They have the most cars in the field tonight. Do we see them line up in a line, and how easy it would be to get past them if they can control the draft and the momentum of the race? Three car elects to stay on the track and maintain the lead. 48 car rolling to his stall, most likely for just gas and go here. I would see no reason to take tires. Not enough laps. So go back a couple weeks. We had the preseason race at Talladega, which me and you both were in. That's a completely different race than what we've got now. Completely wider track. We had a lot more laps than them now. The intensity in that race seems like from the drop of the green flag, it was a very controlled first 2 stages, not a lot of movement. We mentioned that this race is a lot shorter. Not only that, but this track is a lot more narrow, not a lot of room for as bold of a move as you would have at Talladega. RCR had dominance at Talladega, 1, 2, 3 for RCR. And as we said before, RCR only has 1 car in the field tonight. The only other team with more than 2 cars in the field would be Hendrick. Could we see them do what RCR did at Talladega a couple weeks ago and dominate and lead the majority of the race? Don't count out that 3 car. He may only have 1 himself in the race as far as team cars go, but don't count him out. Man is a very good racer when it comes to knowing when and when not to make a move. So we do believe they'll have 1 to go at the line. 1 to go at the line. We'll be doing the next time by. I tell you, it is very nostalgic seeing that Rainbow Warrior car back on the track. Yes, very. Not a ton of new faces tonight, but a couple new faces in the lead, as we mentioned. You've been here longer than I have, obviously, so party people. A lot of talent out here on the track tonight. With only just these drivers, there's still a lot of talent. And within 2 weeks, we will be seeing the 500, which will be an amazing race to watch. And hopefully we'll have our commentator Mark back. We wish him the best with his situation he is in. Next week will be the duels, I believe, is what we've heard. Twin 150s at Daytona. Do not know currently who will be in the booth, but we're looking forward to having Veedverks on board all season long. So we're coming to 1 to go here. Do we think? Oh, sorry, green this time. Do we? You gotta break the mundane. Really nostalgic to see that car back on the track. So we've had 1 restart in the books. We've kind of seen them get a little chaos out of the system. Do we think this restart will be a little bit more tame to try to get a little bit of green flag running here before it gets down to the must move stage of the race? Alright, Riot will lead him to the green. Up through the gears. 18 glued the bumper of the 3 cars, able to get the jump out of the trial. Tran seems to have a little bit of trouble getting to the gears. Team cars running in the outside lane. Oh, we got a car on the wall. Had to sort down the back stretch while they get it sorted out. Riot's still your leader, leading the outside lane. Yeah, taking pit road. 22 looks like it's coming down pit road this time. Maybe a little bit of strategy being played. The outside lane has the numbers and the momentum off of turn 2 as Riot's going to jump up to block, leaving the 18 out with nobody down there. No help for the 18 as he would most likely be shuffled out. Closest car to him is going to be that 24, several car lengths back, as the 1 will clear him to jump down behind 3. Nope, nope, I'm going to stay high. We know what this place means to that number and that organization. And I'm willing to bet you he will do whatever it takes to make sure that car ends up in victory lane with Speed Weeks. As we mentioned before, kicking off Speed Weeks here with the shootout. Next week will be the duels, 2150s. As they thunder off the 2 here. Riot still leading the inside lane. Party People is your new second place car. Trans jumps out of line, looks outside, ducks back in line as the 48 follows. No run right now. We got a white flag in the stage, last lap. Battle is heating up. Next time by will be the checkered. Field thunders off 2 down to the backstretch. 24 jumps out, no help from the 9 though. 9 stays low. Riot's going to jump down the block and from the 18. 24 has no help immediately. All the momentum on the bottom lane. Outside line cannot get formed up to make a run. It looks like the 3 is going to coast to an easy stage win here. Off before their thunder down in the trial. 18's got no momentum, and your stage winner will be the 3 of Riot Hole. Much more tame that time. Much more tame. We'll see what we can do here. Do we have the driver of the 3 on dial?
You're loud and clear.
Man, you're doing good. You got...
Well, they're definitely making me earn it. The car's running strong on the bottom. They're starting to get runs on that high line, so we're going to have to look out for that later. But one step at a time.
Man, we wish you luck. Looking good to be the only RCR car out there. I know you wish you had somebody to help you, but you're making it look good with only you.
Appreciate it. I wish I had some teammates too.
Alright, man. Well, good luck in this next stage.
Thank you.
As we're coming to take the green flag in stage 2, right? We'll lead them down through the gears. Green flag back in the area they come. 18 slow to get to the gears. Ride has all the momentum, jumps outside. One car took a peek to the inside of the 9, quickly jumps back in line. As they were all formally outside, momentum looks the majority of the outside. Oh, a little bit almost contact between the 9 and the 18 there. Party People in that 1 car looking not content to ride at the moment. Outside line gets taken back a little bit. They are outnumbered by a ton on the inside. We have Spoody made his way up to 5th. We haven't talked about him much this race. Took the Truck Series race at Talladega a couple weeks ago. Took the checkered flag there, so we do know he does have a lot of talent when it comes to this type of racing. Out front though, Riot continues to lead. It is an army of the bow ties, indeed. The blue ovals are nowhere to be found. The closest one on the outside, battling for 4th with Motorsports, with nobody out there. Oh, the 9 jumps out with a 1. Will they have enough momentum to clear? Right on board with the 9 car. See Thunder's on the outside lane. At the line, it was like he almost has him clear. Jumps him. Not going to jump down. Toward the outside line with him. New leader in the number 9 car, Cracker, to the front and go home. 3 car not to be outdone there. He stays in 2nd. Party People does not have a run. Oh, we got contact. Huge right down the back straightaway. I'm only seeing 2 cars making it out of this one. I do believe that will be a caution. 24 car rolling to the grass here of the inner loop of what would be the road course. be it from race control there. Caution is out. Sorry about that, I had to adjust the technical difference. Yeah, the 21 looked like it got all out of whack coming off the 2 there, and the 1 car was staying in line and riding and had nowhere to go. And like we stated before, this isn't Talladega. There's not a lot of room to make moves when something goes bad. So a lot of cars involved in that one who probably shouldn't have been, had nowhere to go. Me and you both know, IROC, that everybody starts spinning, that track gets congested. There's not a lot of places to go. So we've seen a new leader emerge. Cracker in the 9 car has brought Hendrick to the front here in Daytona. Looking like the only Hendrick car right now that's shown a lot of speed. His teammates seem to be electing to ride in the back to avoid chaos, but Cracker, not to be denied, says he's going to go up here and show them what Hendrick's made of and lead a ton of laps. But don't sleep on that RCR car in second. He may have given it up for now, but as we speak, pits are open. 78 leads him down. What I would assume would be a 2-tire stop here. 78, 22, 12, 18, 1, and 21. There's the 21 as you go slow getting a pit road. They all come down to their pit stalls for their pit stop. And as we speak of Hendrick not being up there, all 3 Hendrick cars are now up in the top 4. They all stayed out. Little bit of planning going there. Well, we still do have a lot of laps to go. It is only stage 2 right now, so we do have a lot of racing left. I do expect as the laps wind down, the intensity to pick up, and that 3 car knows his way to the front of super speedways. So do not count him out. Numbers don't mean everything. If you can't drive it, you're just another car on the track. So a lot of nostalgic numbers out here tonight, as we spoke of the 24, and that paint scheme he's running. Really, really pretty car under the lights here at Daytona. A throwback car for the 48 as well. We got 1 to go at the line. It will be green next time by. And it seems, as we stand, Hendrick has made their bed to lay in as far as strategy goes to get their cars up in the front. And now I do believe there is no more dropping back. We were too close to the end of stage 2. Too close to the final stage. It is still a parade of Chevys at the front. And the 2 Toyotas make up of row 3 with Scooby and Stay High. And then the 2 of the 3 Fords behind them with Corey and Trans. And Ernie seems to have a little bit of trouble here. He's not driven to the field as much. Kind of been minding his business. I don't know if that's strategy or if he's just having issues making his way to the field. But either way, we shall see in the closing laps of this stage what everybody has as they try to get themselves in position for the final stage to make a run at the win. It is important to note there is no points on the line here. So with no points on the line and no, I guess you could say, penalty as far as that goes for hard racing, we could see a very interesting finish. We have seen Daytona have some crazy finishes in the past. Do not expect these guys to stay tame the whole time and ride in the line. That's just not how some of these drivers are. But anyway, off the floor, here we come into the trial. We're getting ready to take the green here. The 9 will lead them into the box. Up through the gears. Great jump by the 9 and the 48. Riding on board with the one, a party people who is riding contently with Chris right now. Scooby jumps to the outside, but I don't think he realizes there's no other Toyotas up there to help him right now. There's nothing to get run out of. His party people is going to jump up there to look and give him a little bit of help. We now have a Ford and mix. Trans has made his way up to third, back up into the top 2. Seen him drop back a little early in the race. Outside lane looks to be forming a little bit of momentum. They are still outnumbered. Hendrick Motorsports still 1-2 at the front. Trans not separated from his teammate by much. Corey is only 1 car behind him. The outside line's hanging tough. They're not exactly giving up here. Some strong cars up there. Well, the 78, the 1, the 3, all showed a lot of speed in stage 1. Oh, we got a little bit of issue here. The 24 is going to get the 3. I do believe that white flag this time. Man, gotta hate it for that 3 car. Had a decent run here. It appears they are content to ride as they thunder outside of the tri-oval. 2 of the Hendrick cars at the front looking to leave no doubt in the mind of anybody. They are the dominant team here tonight. Corey can't seem to get anything going with Ernie back there. Trans is the highest running forward at the moment, running 3rd. Does not seem to have anything for the top 2 as they continue to ride going into 3. Scooby got a little bit of the wall there. As they're going to come. Coming to the checkered flag. Cracker will win stage 2. See if we can dial up Cracker here on the radio and see if we can get something from him. Cracker, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, where'd you come from? Hardly led any laps.
In the back. Thanks to my teammates helped me out. I couldn't have done it without them. They helped me get to where I was, and I've always been a little better at plate tracks than anything else. So this is kind of my niche. So this is what I do.
Yeah, man, I'd say so. You came from nowhere, took the lead from the 3, which we thought everybody was going to have issues doing early on in the race, but you and your teammates seem to get it working. We enjoy watching it.
Hopefully we keep it up and wrap this thing up nice.
All right, man. We'll continue to put on a show, and good luck.
Thank you. Going on green.
So we got a little bit of a word in with the 9 car there. He sounds like he is excited at his position so far. Green this time by the Scooby. Leading them into the box. Stumble getting into gear for the 9 car. Ernie having a little bit of issues there. But they get sorted out. Outside line seems to have the numbers at the moment. They could just get formed. 48 on the apron. 48 seemed to have a little bit of issues there. He will drop back. No harm, no foul. As there will be no contact made with anybody else. Shit. That's a good point to make. Penske seems to be riding. The hot Ernie, out of nowhere, hasn't been up towards the front all day long, has made his way up to 4th. I'm telling you, I wouldn't sleep on the Penske cars just yet. I do feel like they're having a little bit of a fight. Definitely don't count out Corey. But Toyotas have made their way to the front, showing that the bow ties are not the only ones who can leave here in Daytona. Cracker jumps out of line. No help from Riot as Riot will stay low. It looks like nobody's going to jump out with Cracker, not even his teammate, as he will be sucked to the back. We're right on board with Riot here, riding in second. We knew he'd find his way back up to the lead. It was only a matter of time as he's going to jump out off the floor. And they decide to wrap off to the 18 here as they come to the line. No help though, no help. He's going to hit the wall. A little bit of contact made. No harm, no foul. He's going to fall back in line. Penske has came out of nowhere on board now with Trans as we speak. Stay high as well, out of nowhere. Not even a dominance from him early on. That outside line gets going. It does look like it would be a menace to deal with as there only be 3 cars on the inside. Scooby is committed to getting that outside line working. Still looking at the oncoming camera, looking for that Trans. The 18 through the other lines. They come to the turns 1 and 2. Oh, we got contact in the wall. Looks like the 78, 3, 22. That looks like. Well, there's one of the Penske cars, not in the way he wanted to be mentioned though. That does look to be a caution. We were waiting for race control to give an official call, but they stay green up ahead. They're still racing for position. Outside lane being led right now by J.D. at 24. Amazing paint scheme. Being pushed by none other than Riot in the 3 car. 2 iconic numbers with the split. Just doesn't seem to have it going right now. He's a 2-on-3 on, so like the 9 car's going to jump up outside to help his teammate. Leaving only 2 in the inside lane and riding forward with J.D. here. That's a very risky call there. Trans finally got a run. Will the Chevys work with him or will they look to stay higher? Look to it, cooperating with the Ford. There's a bow tie party yet again. It's a 9 car. Stay glued to that 12 and pull that lane. Oh, he's going to jump down. Tried to peek on the inside of Trans. Trans blocked it. Trans will now pull the 9 and the 24 down, leaving the 3 out to dry. Car still out there with the 24. 24 being a good sport. Had a chance to jump in. Stays outside though. Now he jumps inside finally, leaving the 3 car of Riot out to dry. Yeah, but as we mentioned, this is a short race. Teammates only go so far. As we mentioned before, teammates only go so far. At what point do you think that it has to be in your best interest to do what helps you win? Remember, we said no points on the line tonight. So, no point in trying to get a good finish to gain decent points on nobody. There'll be no points on the line. So we could see a very interesting finish for somebody who doesn't usually have a chance in the normal season to get up there and get a win, to sneak a win out tonight. I know that certainly happened with me a couple weeks ago in Dega in the Cup Series, taking the 43 back to victory lane. As we still have a 5-car breakaway, it's cut back to see Spooby through the 3-car pack going on here. They don't seem to be too formed up. I was really surprised there was no call for cautions. We got people coming to pit road. Stay high, overshot the pits. Through the grass he goes. That's gonna be a killer for the 18. That will be a killer for the 18. He will more than likely need a caution. We're going to flip to the current leader at the moment all by himself. Be interesting to see if we get Riot. Riot is coming to pit road, coming in hot. 3 car coming in for his scheduled pit stop for what we believe will be their final stop of the day. Stay high, we'll make it on pit road. What would you call here? Would you call 2 tires and gas, or would you call 4 and fill it up? Flip to back to the 12 car, who will, I would assume the lead on these green flag pit stops. Looks to be the only person coming around out of 4. The rest of the field's split into all kind of different paths. It's going to be interesting to see. We got 2 Penske cars finally hooked up, the 21 to 22. Looks like Hendrick. Looks like the Hendrick do a trio now. Be interesting to see if Jay Wood drags the break here to get the 9 car hooked to him to catch the 48. Did not want to work. Did not want to work with that 18. Jumps to the outside and goes around him. Party people glued to the bumper of that 78. I do believe that is the only set of cars aside from, oh, now Ride has caught trans. And now we will have a 2-car tandem for 1-2. So now we have kind of split into tandems like it was with the car tomorrow necessarily in that kind of that era. Do you think the field is going to get grouped back up? Obviously this is a very diverse track and it's spread out as the field is after green flag pit stops. Do we see the field getting back together, or do you see it just being 2-car tandems? Yep. Everybody is with a team or an affiliated team car. Cracker all over the 24. Oh yeah, Scooby. Not Scooby. Scooby is still searching for his lone Toyota friend. We do have Penske cars hooked up. Corey has found his way to get with Ernie. I'm going to change in lead here. Rod has got around trans. No idea if they had came up with that before the green flag pit stops. But the new leader is D3 car back out front here in Daytona. We talked to him earlier today before the race, and he said he was going to bring home the checkered flag. So we'll see if he can depend to deliver on that promise. It will be a great start to what's already been a really great season opener, preseason wise, for RCR. Really great momentum wise, finishing for those guys in Cup and Xfinity. Really great program. Trans also has had some very decent finishes so far in preseason. I can tell you myself personally, alright, I am really glad we have got to kick off the season. Preseason's fun, but it just means so much more now that we've kicked the season off. And here in 2 weeks we will be back for the 500, and that will be a race you will not want to miss. Veedverks will again be on board for that all season. We'd like to thank them for sponsoring us this season for season 5, as we are currently looking at the 2 lead cars who are just content to ride at the moment. There is nobody in the same zip code. Well, we got a little bit of a 3-car pack now going. Stay High has caught the Hendrick duo, or actually I take that back, it's the other way around. Hendrick duo had caught Stay High and passed him. He was going to latch on and pull them along. We're hearing a call from some drivers saying there may be debris on the track. No call from race control yet. As the laps are winding down here, IROC, with this many laps left, which I do not know exactly how many laps are left, I do not have a counter. I disagree with you there. It's going to be the 3 or the 12. There is such a breakaway up front that it's going to come down to them 2. Unless a caution comes out, that 3 and that 12 car are going to finish 1-2. We mentioned RCR earlier. New organization under lead of Riot this year. Did not have any rides last year in Season 4. There was no RCR cars. Well, there wasn't many. Can we express the importance of coming out of the gate early and setting the tone as a newly formed team? Setting the tone for the season. These guys, all the RCR camp has great speed. But don't count out Trans. Trans has looked good all preseason. Had really good finishes. Had a struggle at Kansas a couple weeks ago. Struggled with a loose car. But he looks to rebound coming into the regular season. He is currently running second in Shootout. We're going to go through the field. Your current leader in the number 3 car, Ryan Holden, followed by Trans in the 12 in the second. And then go to third. There we go. We're looking at the third place car and Party People up ahead, being led by the 78. In this, we've got the 48 being caught by his 2 teammates, who have finally seemed to have come to a consensus of working together as all 3. For a moment, it seemed the 48 was on his own agenda. Two and a half to go here. We're going to flip back to the battle for the lead, as it is going to be between. Now, you know that's not nice to say, but the 3 car is out front. He has led a majority of the laps today. Won stage 1. Stage 2 slipped away from him. We're going to come to completely 2. Sorry about that. We are going to back. We had 2 laps to go. Coming to the white flag next time by. Riot still controlling that bottom lane, not letting Trans get too much. I do believe that we're looking at the winner. They just haven't handed him the checkered flag yet. I do not believe Trans is going to have much for him. As a piece of the outside, as I say that, almost had a run to get to his quarter panel. He's going to have to do something drastic here with no help behind him. The lone RCR car. White flag this time by from Daytona. 3 leads in the round. Will they make it back to the stripe? Jumps outside. Trans doesn't have it. Needs to duck back in line as quick as possible to that run. It's going to take an act of a miracle to get that 12 car on that 3. That 3 has glued himself to the bottom. He's going to have one more shot at it. One more shot at it. He does not have it. Oh, he looked a hole. Coming off the floor, it looks to be as they're going to ride in line. RCR, only car. Back to victory lane for the 3 car. We will dial him up in just a moment as we will go through the field. Party People finishes 3rd. We got a wreck coming across the line, it seems. The Hendrick camp. 2 of some cars up coming across the line. Ernie and Corey will cross the line, and I believe they're the last 2 cars on the track. Nobody else is on the track who hasn't finished. So as they finish, Riot will take the checkered flag. Trans will finish 2nd. Party People takes 3rd. Spooby looks like he will take 4th. Cracker takes 5th. Stay High in the other Toyota takes 6th. 7th will be Jay Wood. 8th will be Gunner Sports. 9th and 10th rounded out with the Penske cars, Ernie and Corey. We're going to see if we can get some interviews going here. See if we can get to the talk to the race winner.
Oh, yeah, I already did.
Do we have the driver of the number 3 car on dial?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you called your shot earlier today. You said you was going to take the checkered flag. The only RCR car out there. How did you manage to do it those last few laps?
Well, first of all, I was able to capitalize on the pit stop there. Only taking gas. It looks like there was trouble with the group that pitted before me. So all I did was come down that next run, clean pit stop, got some fuel, took off, and I was able to turn down Trans Am once he got by me. And I was able to stick it on the bottom.
Well, man, up here in the booth, we were stressing the importance of coming out of the gate strong and making sure everybody knows that RCR is here for good. Wasn't a very strong team last year. Can you kind of express the importance of coming out the gate and winning a shootout, even though it's not for points?
Well, like you said, it's all about setting the tone for the regular season, and hopefully we can carry that to the playoffs. I'd like to get the whole team to make the playoffs. That's the goal. And of course, the overall personal goal is to win a championship.
Well, man, you look good tonight. Looking good out there tonight. Hopefully next week in the Duels you can do the same. Good win, buddy. Trans, we got a copy. Anybody got a copy in the trans?
No, he left the chat already.
Well, Spooby, since you're the next one on the mic, man, it was tougher than players. There were only 2 of y'all out there. It was a very bow tie heavy race. You come home fourth. How do you feel? Let them laugh.
It was fun. It was frustrating, but it was fun. Getting that high side to work, and then we started to get the run, we started to make moves, and then we dropped back. And I made a mistake early on, and that made me have to be a little bit easier than I wanted to be. But didn't want to give myself marks before the season even started. Started out the season that way. So overall, it was a fun race. You know, you can't complain. I'm fourth, considering how the first 2 stages went. I'll take it.
Yeah, man, it was a blast to watch. All of y'all out there doing what y'all do best. So next week we look forward to the duels, and hopefully we'll see you have some dominance there. You look good tonight. Congrats on your 4th place, and we'll hope to see you next week.
Thank you. Yeah, look forward to it. Look forward to tomorrow night, too.
All right, any other drivers out there want to take an interview before we end the stream? Well, I do believe we struck radio silence, so that means the stream is coming to an end. We'd like to thank Veedverks for being on board with us tonight, and we hope you all enjoyed watching the shootout from Daytona. Me and IROC had a blast up here calling it for you guys, and tune in next week, or tomorrow, actually, sorry, tomorrow, for the Xfinity and truck race. Contain yourself.